Hey guys, this is Amy with Stick with the Plan. I'm in Danville, Kentucky at the Pioneer Playhouse talking about behind the scenes. Stay right here, I'll explain. So glad you joined me today. We're here in Danville, Kentucky at the Pioneer Playhouse. You know, and I was thinking about all that goes on behind the scenes. Now this is a famous place. Many actors have come through here on their way up and learning the ropes of acting. And I've been here and they do a great job with their shows in the theater and the dinner. And as you're sitting in the audience, you don't get to see everything that's happening behind the stage, but there is also a major production that's going on back there. I mean, people are getting the props, you know, the timing down, making sure that doorbell rings and people in and out of costumes and set changes. It's a major deal. And it got me thinking about our purpose in our life. And many times we don't see everything that God is doing behind the scenes, who He's working on your behalf, you know, what doors He's opening for you. So when you're there at the right time, you know, a door opens. And you know, He loves us so much. He'll go to great lengths to make sure that His plans come through in our life. Now, my Aunt Joyce gave me this example one time. I was very frustrated with the call. I knew God wanted to do some big things, but I didn't see anything changing yet. So she's a pastor in Ohio, and she's always full of great wisdom. So my Aunt Joyce told me, she said, Amy, you know, when I was pregnant with my daughter, Michelle, she said, there at the end, she said, I got very concerned because my baby wasn't moving anymore. You know, and I went to the doctor and I said, please check her heart, but please make sure she's okay. And when they checked, they said, your baby's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with her. She's just so big, it's just time for her to come on out. And you know, she said many times we get frustrated in our call and our purpose because we don't see anything happening. We don't see what God's doing behind the scenes, but just be patient because that destiny, that call on you will come forth. Give God a chance to work things out so everything just happens at the right time. You'll be at the right place in front of the right people. That'll just work out so smoothly. Well, that really encouraged me. You know, and just like 2 years ago, I was just developing, you know, the dream really on the inside of me for Stick with the Plan. And, you know, I didn't really know how I was going to do the videos and all of these things. I didn't have a camera yet, but I was scheduled to preach in Lexington at my father-in-law's church, Pastor Don's church. And, you know, I had this message on my heart called Stick with the Plan. And it was about Nehemiah and how he was on that wall and nothing could pull him off that wall. No distractions, no people. It didn't matter. He was focused on that calling. He didn't let anyone knock him off or take his focus away from the plan of God. He was sticking to the plan to see that wall built. So that was the message, you know, I was trying to get out. And the night before I spoke that, I just cried. And my husband said, Amy, what's wrong with you? You speak all the time. And I thought, yeah, but this is different. This is so big. I hope I can get it out okay. And I got up that Sunday morning and I went to church and I spoke. And when I got finished, it was the most powerful message I had ever delivered. I felt it was anointed from God, that it came out with clarity, that people understood what I was trying to say. You know, there was demonstrations of the power of God at the end. I remember getting my car thinking, wow, I don't know who that girl was, but I really like her. God was really able to use me. And, you know, just looking back, because that was 2 years ago, I was asking the Lord about it. And He said, you know, Amy, He said, why it was so big, why it was so hard for you to get that out is because, you know, this video is in the 90s now. We have over 90 Stick with the Plans. He said, I dropped all 90 of those messages on the inside of you. And it was so big, you had trouble, you know, getting just a little bit of it out because the vision, that call is so big on the inside of you. So I'm encouraging you. Now, don't get frustrated. You might think, where do I even start with what God's asked me to do? He's going to reveal it to you. One of my favorite verses, Jeremiah chapter 33 in verse 3, it says, call upon me and I will answer you. I will show you great and mighty things that you don't know of yet. The Message Bible says, I will show you wondrous things. I will show you, you know, marvelous things that you could not figure out by yourself. God's been working behind the scenes this whole time to make sure you can stick with that plan. So glad you joined me today here at this Pioneer Playhouse talking about God's moving behind the scenes in your life. I love hearing from you, all of your testimony, what God is doing. It's so wonderful. All of your likes, your love, especially your shares to your friends. You know, that's an encouragement to us. We love getting out this good news. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. If you're on Facebook, like our page because each and every week we are bringing you a brand new video to help you stick with the plan. I'll see you again.